Hi, I'm Mikaela Jones and welcome to my Delight Frequency vlog, where every week I share with you a spiritual tool or technique or way of thinking or being in order to help you do two things. One, to help you release stress and negativity that we are bombarded with constantly in the media and just the normal natural drama that is a part of life for a lot of the planet, and dealing with that energy. And then secondly, also to raise your vibration and get you back to your natural state of being, which is at its essence pure peace and joy and love and delight. Delight, if you look at delight, DE means of light. So when you are in your expanded higher consciousness, that many call your inner light, that I call your inner light, you naturally will experience a state of delight and be able to take pleasure in the moment, whether it's a big moment or a little moment. So with the Delight Frequency blog, my intention is to help you release stress, raise your vibration so that you can become a positive attractor field, as David Hawkins terms it, attracting more positive experiences to your life rather than a negative attractor field. And we all know that when you get into a negative attractor field, oftentimes it becomes a spiral and becomes one little thing and then another thing, and then oftentimes it becomes bigger and bigger until we wake up and it grabs our attention and we can shift out of it. So it is my intention to help you prevent you from going down a negative spiral and to give you lots and lots of tools that you can use in the moment to stop that negative downward spiral, to shift your vibration up so that you can begin attracting more positive things into your life. And secondly, as you will see, my intention is also to do this with purpose. This is feeling good with purpose. That purpose being that when we get ourselves into that high vibrational state of feeling good, being centered in our heart and feeling that heart-centered space, which naturally feels elevated and it feels peaceful and loving, then I would like you and ask you to share that energy with the world. Very simple to do, and we're going to do it here in a minute. But what I want to talk to you today about is perception, because one of the quickest ways that you can raise your vibration or prevent yourself from going down a negative spiral of energy is by shifting your perception. And I have about 15-year experience background as a hypnotherapist and working with the laws of co-creation, the law of attraction, as well as the law of perception. And I'm telling you that the law of perception actually dictates the law of attraction. The law of perception states that you will experience something as you perceive it, as you see it. So for any experience, it could have a million different truths to it. Every person experiencing that, let's say it's a car accident, for all those involved, all those in the car accident, all those seeing and watching the car accident, everybody is going to have something different to say or experience about that car accident. Whatever it is that they are telling themselves about the car accident or about themselves in the car accident dictates their experience. And because of that, it will then dictate their emotional vibration of it, which will then dictate what they further attract towards them. So the person who looks at an experience and says, let's say it is a car accident, since that's what came out of my mouth, if a person could look at that and ask what the message is, ask what the learning is behind it, and know and feel with pure faith, even if you don't believe it right away, simply knowing that something good will come out of this experience, that it is a learning experience and that I am open to receiving the lesson of this particular learning experience, then you will be able to heal and come out of that experience much more quickly and with much more ease and grace than for the person, let's say, for example, who is just telling themselves, oh my God, this guy rear-ended me, and now I have to do this, and now I have to do that, and I feel awful and awful. And I know we've all been there. It's really easy to get into that victimhood mode, but I'm telling you from my own personal experience and learning to come out of that, is that the more you stay in speaking and talking about that, whether it's what you're telling yourself in your head or what you're sharing with your friends and loved ones, you're going to keep attracting victimhood experiences to you. Now, again, if they keep happening, simply ask yourself, what is the lesson? I mean, we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to evolve. In my mind, I see these laws of creation that we have been gifted with as spiritual beings having human experiences, that they are rules to help us respond to life, that they are not ways to control life. So I don't go into that space of, oh my God, you know, how did I attract this to me, or how did I attract that to me? Simply ask yourself, what is the lesson in it? God, spirit, universe, energy, quantum field, whatever you choose to call it, your inner light, and ask, what is the lesson in this? What is it that I'm not seeing? What is it that I'm trying to be woken up to? That literally the universe is giving me this experience to wake me up to it. So perception. The sooner and the quicker you can become aware of your thoughts and what you're telling yourself and stop the negativity, stop that negative Nelly voice, and shift it to a more positive perception, the more quickly you will, A, stop that negative downward spiral, and B, get yourself back up into a feel-good space by telling yourself more positive things. So this is actually one of the ways in the little book of light, 100 ways to bring light into your life, which could also be thought of as 111 ways to raise your vibration. So I would like to read this one for you today on perception. Your perception reigns supreme. If your perception of something is making you feel bad, try on a new perception. We always have the freedom to choose at how we look at something. For example, I didn't get the job, I'm worthless. I mean, how many times do people tell themselves that? You can shift that to become, I did my best. Or if you didn't do your best, you can say to yourself, I'll do better next time. I know the best position for me is on its way. So simply with that perception and that new message that you are telling yourself, you can shift yourself into a higher vibration, to one of surrender, to one of peace, to going back to that inner heart space and setting your intention from there, again, what it is that you wish to create. Thinking about the qualities of that new job that we just used in the book, for example, that you want to create. So let's take a moment and go back to the perception of who we are as human beings. And are we human beings? Are we spiritual beings having a physical experience? And are all of these physical experiences simply meant to teach us to grow and evolve and to share our unique contribution or share our unique gifts with the world, with joy and delight being centered in our light? So I ask you to come back to that perception of yourself, re-identify yourself if you need to, as knowing that you deserve, as a spiritual being of light, to be prosperous and to be healthy and vital, and to feel that joy in your heart, to feel that peace of knowing that you're perfect as you are, and to know that you deserve intimate communion. So I ask you now to get into this heart space, take a couple deep breaths. You can release with an ah. Ah is the vocal sound that gets you in touch with your heart center. Let's do that again. Take a breath in. You can really elongate that if you like, moving into some vibrational sound healing, some toning. If you do that for a few minutes, you will feel yourself almost getting a natural high, really. Feeling really, it's kind of interesting, feeling grounded and uplifted at the same time. Toning gets you grounded into Mother Earth, but it also uplifts you and connects you to your higher self, to your inner light. So now, feeling centered in our hearts, let's set the intention now to share this positive vibration that we have created within ourselves and to literally intend to set that energy, send that energy out to the world, because we are all connected. We are all energy. Energy is always connected and communicating with each other. So we actually have the ability, one person, to make a big difference in the world simply by getting ourselves into our hearts and into that loving and peaceful energy, and intending and sending that energy out for everybody. So let's do that now, taking a deep breath into our hearts again, and setting the intention that we are sending that loving light energy out to the entire planet, to all beings upon the planet. Visualize that beautiful golden light coming out from your heart, seeing it go as fast as light to the north, and to the south, and to the east, and to the west, until the entire globe is totally surrounded by this golden light. And now watch, visualize Mother Earth breathing in, literally seeing it breathing in this golden light, so that she too can be receiving this uplifted, healing energy. And we say the prayer and the intention that all beings upon the planet feel this peace and this love and know this love in their hearts. We set this intention knowing that we are creating a positive attractor field for the entire humanity, for the entire race of humanity, and for the entire planet and all beings upon the planet. Take a deep breath and bring that energy back to yourself, allowing it to come back to you at the speed of light. Feeling yourself return to your center. This is something that we do in my Delight Frequency Manifestation practice. We do this at the end of every practice, that I am so happy to say is now available as a 1-hour practice on MP3 from my website. So if you need some concentrated time, which I highly recommend if you're going through a particularly difficult challenge in your life, or if you're up to manifesting something really great in your life, to listen to the Delight Frequency Manifestation practice, where I lead you through a number of Eastern or Western techniques to help you release stress and raise your vibration. And then from this heightened vibration that I call the Delight Frequency, I anchor in, or we anchor in, the positive resource states of health and vitality, success and prosperity, and intimate communion. And I know that if you practice this 3 times a week, you will begin to see huge positive changes and differences in your life. And I actually offer a money-back guarantee, because I know that if you practice it 3 times a week, there is no way you will not see positive changes happening in your life. So you can check that out on the Delight Frequency page. But for now, thank you so much for joining me in this Delight Frequency vlog, for raising your vibration, feeling that love in your heart, and sending that Delight Frequency out to the world. So thank you for getting this Delight Frequency revolution going, and namaste.